Hello and welcome to an advanced PvP guide. Today we take a look at the latest map to enter the tournament rotation, the Temple of the Silent Storm. So, like all Guild Wars 2 PvP maps, the Temple is one of a kind. It's quite a complex map to move around on the first time you enter it, as it's set across many different elevations with complex line of sight angles and jumps. In this episode we're going to cover the secondary objectives of the map, which are very important, as well as taking a look at some capture points and some useful tips and tricks. The map is very roamer heavy and I would recommend running with at least 2 if not 3. Holding all 3 nodes can be really challenging against a team of equal ability due to the nature of moving around the map, but a roamer heavy team is able to hold one node safely while pushing hard on a centre, often controlling it and getting some really good map control to pick up the meditations, but I'll talk more about those in a moment. More roamers means more kills, and this map's mechanics do favour high kill counts rather than more defensive setups. However, after saying that, high defense bunkers on the near and central nodes are a must, with the central one having some support skills at hand as an added bonus. Meditations are the secondary objective, and they spawn periodically around the map, and after you complete channeling the meditation, your team will gain the specific buff. The first meditation we're going to talk about is the Meditation of Ferocity. This will grant your team a bonus of 3 points for each kill, and 2 of these buffs spawn on the map, and they stack together to give a bonus of 6 points per kill, which is a total of 11, and will last for 45 seconds. They first spawn after 30 seconds at the 14:30 minute mark, and then again 2 minutes later at 12 minutes 30, and so on. The effectiveness of this buff really depends on your team setup. If you're running with 2 strong and effective roamers as I mentioned before, this can make a big difference as they're able to get some serious points out of it. Having 2 roamers also helps to give better chances of securing both meditations for the 6-point bonus. And 3 roamers is even better. Next up is the Meditation of Stillness. This makes any node you currently own award 2 points rather than 1. It lasts for 45 seconds. It first spawns at the 11:30 mark and then again at 8:30 and 3 minutes later, and so on and so on. This spawns in a high traffic zone in the centre of the map, often meaning a fight is necessary to take it. Again, this is why a high number of roamers will help, as they have a better chance of securing the area. This makes the 1 or 2 nodes you currently control equal to 2 or 4 points a second, and this meditation is why it's not worth pushing for all 3 nodes. It leaves you too exposed and you can get a lot more points working on 2 nodes and capping the meditation along with the meditations of Ferocity. Lastly, the Meditation of Tranquility. This meditation grants your team control over all 3 nodes and will only spawn once in a game at the 8:30 mark. This is considered to be the game changer, but generally it is not, because the team with the better map control will generally get the meditation, and that's normally the team that's in the lead. There are 2 ways to access this. The first is by travelling down the long passage leading from the central node, and the second, and lesser known, is to jump down the pits from where the silence meditation spawns. These will then drop you into the water next to the meditation. You can jump out and cap it quickly. Keep in mind, at the 8:30 mark, the other 3 meditation points will also spawn, and there are no hard and fast rules I can really tell you on what to do at this point, as it depends on your team's position on the map and your team's composition. But a solid bet is with a portion of your team to push towards silence at the 9-minute mark and secure it fast. This gives you access to silence as soon as it spawns, but also to tranquility by jumping down. Now I wanted to talk about the 3 different capture points briefly. Firstly, the altar. This is the blue team's near side node. It has a bridge entrance followed by a short choke point, which is perfect for AoEing or laying down barriers. The node is in the centre of an enclosed area with a small line of sight possibility to the nearby pillars, but they're not that effective. It also has a raised area to one side which can be accessed from the back of the altar or from a back entrance hidden behind the bridge. This second route is little known and creates a good opportunity to gank or steal the node if you're trying to attack it. Secondly, the temple is the red side near point. It's a raised area with a side-on staircase leading up to it. This stair then levels out onto a platform before passing through a very small choke point door into the temple. This node is located in the centre of the room and has 2 staircases to either side. The right stair leads to a simple elevated area, while the left leads to an elevated area with a second, again lesser known, entrance and exit. This one comes out near the centre of the map behind the Meditation of Silence. Again, this side route provides less chance of getting AoE'd and better opportunity for surprise ganks. The main entrance to the temple seems to me to be a bit harder to defend than the altar due to the distance that the node is set back from the choke point and the outer staircase. Lastly, the gate is the central node. It's located in a low area with 2 side entrances coming in from raised areas. There is little to no line of sight opportunities at the gate, and because of the layout of the map, many routes will lead here, so in hot join games it can be a very contested area. Above the entrance to the underground lake where Tranquility Meditation spawns is a platform which you can access from up high. It can work in much the same way as the back wall of the keep of Niflheim, giving ranged players a safe place to fight from out of melee range. The gate is fairly uninteresting as far as central nodes go. The main quality of it is that because the two Ferocity Meditations spawning on either side, and the way the routes are laid out, it's a very high traffic area, so a strong tank with some good roamers to support is a must if you want any chance of holding the gate. I'll conclude this episode here, but we may revisit the temple in another episode, but for now I hope you enjoyed the show and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you soon.